And welcome to Hadoop Exam Learning Resources. In this session we are going to cover the Python programming, and we will focus on the looping, or you can say iteration. So let's start the Eclipse first again. I'm starting again because to show you if you have not you have forgotten or something. So just go to the Eclipse exe, start it here. So it will start it will ask for workspace. Just click OK, and then we'll come here and be covering while loop, break statement, continuous statement, and infinite loop. Okay, so let's see Eclipse get started. Okay, now Eclipse started. We are in the console. Just click here, Python dev console. Use Python console here like this. Okay, click here and it will start the Python console. Okay, so now this is available here like this, and now go to the PDF. Now using the while loop, if while loop means what exactly it does. Okay, so let me give you an example. Okay, so looping, first I wanted to give you, suppose I have a string in Python, name is welcome. If I wanted to print each character of this string, what I have to how would I do in Python? So I'll read this first character and print it. I read the next character, then print it. Read this and print this kind of thing. Each character I read and then print it. So correct. So how would I do this thing? Correct. So if I write an algorithm, if I know the length of this string, so this is the 6 character string, correct? So what I do, I would say go and read the from uh, let's start with the 0. Let's say first character start with 0, last character would be at the 5. So what I'll say, from 0 to 5, correct? Start with first read 0 character and W, then increment it by 1, next become 1, so E, then next increment 1 character, then L, and up to 5th character. So this is what we will be going to do it. This is 5th character, and this is 0th character. 1 2 3 4 and 5 and 6. Sorry, so this string has a length of 7, and this should be the 6th position. So 0 to 6. Okay, 7 string length. Okay, so let's see the while loop. While loop, it exactly what it does is, actually while need conditions. While this condition is true, whatever inside this would be executed. So it will go here, run this part, again come back to the condition, check it is still true, then again print this, again come back from this loop, check again condition true. So this is kind of true, it will print it. So let's see our here what exactly we wanted to do is, whatever sequence you provide it, if it is less than 100, then print up to 100 the value of this. So what exactly we are going to do here is, we would say, suppose our input value is 91. 91 is my n here, correct? And I would say n is less than 100, correct? This condition is true, n is less than 100. So now print n. So what I would do, I would print 91, and then I will increment the n value of n to 92, n into n plus 1. I made it n plus 1. Now again I'll come here and check the condition, n is less than 100. So 92, it is 92 is less than 100, correct? So again it will come inside this print 92, then it will increment this value to 93, correct? And again this value is less than 100, so it will print 93. So similarly up to 100 it will print it. So while loop always need a conditions here, like if this condition is true, till then the whatever inside this block would be executed, else it won't do this kind of thing. Okay, so let's do this exercise here. Define a function, print sequence up to 100, give this while statement here, go inside this, print the value of n here, increment the value, then sorry, okay, let me do it again. From here I should be able to copy or not. Okay, so great, we are able to copy it. Now let's do the indentation properly for this line. So as soon as we are done with the while loop, I wanted to finish this. So now this is we are done. Now let's call this function from the value 91, and what it does is actually, so it will increment with 91, 92, 93 up to 100. It will print it because less than equal to 100 here. Now, and as soon as we are done, we are out of while loop, and it will print this statement. Correct, this is not part of while loop. Correct, indentation, if you check, whatever this two line are is part of this while condition, while loop. Okay, this is outside of the while loop. So as soon as we are done, we are here. Okay, so now this is the way. Now using the break statement, if I wanted to break the while loop in between somewhere, so I can use the break statement. What it does is, if I use break statement, it will be completely out of loop. Correct, getting my point here? So suppose here, let's take an example here. This is 100. If I provide 91 as an input, 91 is less than 100, true. Print 91, increment n equals 92. But what it says is now break it. So break it means it will not go back here. It will outside of this entire loop, and it will print this line. Correct, getting my point here? So break will actually loop exit from your current loop. So let's define this function here. Then break it. Now break it, and now this, and we are done with the defining functions. Now call this function. So what exactly it does is actually print only once the 91, and then out of the loop. So you can see it print 91 and done. Okay, suppose I'll call this function with the 101, so it won't do anything, I believe. It will not go inside the loop, and it will automatically directly print this loop conditions. Correct. So this is the break statement. Now let's see another example of the break statement here. So while n is less than equal to 100, print n increment is, if n modulo 2 equals to 0, like it's a modulus operator, as we have seen, it's a remainder of the n. If I would divide by 91, if I provide, it would become 92. If 92 divided by 2 equals to 0, definitely it is 0. Then it will break it here. So let's define this function here. If n modulo 2 equals to, it's again indented value, we'll say break here, then we are out of while loop, so we have to print here. Okay, so now we have defined the functions, but we are getting the error here. Sorry, instead of if, I have written f only, so that is the problem. Let's copy it till here, paste it here, then that's the reason it was not able to indent properly. Now it's indented. Correct. Now So we are done with defining the functions. Now let's call this function. So what is exactly does is again print the 91 here, because what it does is go here and see is less than 91, it will check print, it will print 91 here. N equals to n plus 1 become 92, and 92 divided by 2 will modulus 2 would give 0 value. Modulus operator will give you the remainder value, so remainder is a 0. So we'll break the statement and we are out of this while loop. So wherever inside the while loop, even if you are in the condition or something, it will out of the current loop, okay, and it will out of this and then print this value. So now let's call this value to with 90. What happens? It will print 90 and 91, because if you see first, if 90 is less than 100, correct, it will print 90, it will become 91 if this condition doesn't pass. Okay, so here this condition doesn't pass here, so it will go back to this while loop again here, and it will see 91 is the value right now, print the 91, and 91 plus 1 become 92, and if I see 92 divided by a modulus 2 is equal to 0, yes, to break the statement and we are out of the current while loop, correct, and then with this print statement would be printed. Now let's move to the next statement is a continuous statement. So continuous statement is a different than break statement. Break statement will break the your completely out of while loop. Continuous statement, what it does is actually current iteration, like whatever would be skipped, and it will go back to the while loop from here directly. Okay, so let me define this function. I'll tell you again what exactly I mean here. Just give me a moment, I'll define the function, so that would be easy to explain. Sorry, again same mistake, let me copy this. So that the copying pasting is difficult in a like console, correct, so that's the reason we are using the PyDev. Okay, so now we have defined this function. So suppose if I pass 91 here, okay, so 91 is less than 100, true, it would become 92, n equals to 92. Now if I divide by 92 by 2, it's a 0, correct, so it would be like true, this condition pass, then it will come to the continue. So what it does is actually from this continue to it, this directly go to the while loop again. Okay, it won't execute next statement in this, correct. So getting my point, current iteration would be skipped, only one iteration where it is would be skipped as soon as it won't go. So now what is our value? Suppose if I pass 91 here, so at the first time it's a become 92 92 now. Okay, so let me treat it again. If we have passed 91, it's less than 100 and become 92. 92 divided by 0 is true, then it's we are again continuous statement. Here comes is 92 is less than 100, true, n equals to n plus 1, it become 93, n divided by n modulus 93 modulus 2 is 1, correct. So this statement will not be executed, so this statement would be executed because we are printing in the current iteration, so it would print the 93, correct. Similarly if I go for then next it would n become 93, 93 plus 1 94, 94 modulus 2 equals to 0, this continuous statement, so 94 is skipped. So what it does is actually only odd number would be printed, correct. So let me give you call this function using, so continue and break, there is a one difference. Continue you can, so here you can see only odd numbers would be printed, all even number would be skipped by this condition because this continue is true, correct. So the current iteration where this as soon as it is to continues, it will skip this and directly go back to the while condition, while loop conditions, correct, start of the while loop. Now let's see the example of the infinite loop. So you got this point, correct. Break would break the entire loop whatever where it is very important concepts. Okay, you need to understand break and continue difference. You would regularly use this kind of thing. Okay, so you can write your own code and an on example and do as much exercise as possible. Okay, so now print odd values up to 100 we have called. Now infinite loop. Infinite loop means you are never come out of the loop. That is the infinite loop, and it will continuously run. So let's define this function. While true, there is no conditions which can like fail it, correct? So it's always true, this condition. Here you commit n equals to n plus 1, and you will print the statement. That's all we have defined. So this condition, so whatever n you provide, suppose you provide n equal to 1, this condition is true, n plus 1 become 2, then it will go back here. It will not print this value. Let me check. Call this function. Okay, so it is an infinite loop. It will now my shell is died. I cannot do anything because it is iterating here in this, correct, continuously. So let me stop this shell. We have to start new shell. That is the difference when you are infinite loop. So it's not clearly visible what is infinite loop. Again, let me define this, so it would be more clear to you what I mean here. Condition is true, n equals to n plus 1, then print statement here. So every value would of the n would be printed, then we'll go back to the loop. Okay, so now call this function. So you can see here, if I call it, it will go in infinite loop, correct? It would become 91, 92, 92, 93, 94. Continuous series would be printed here. You can see this is continuously printed and will never stop. So that is not the good way of programming. So I'm just telling you, you have to kill your session. That is the things. Now you start your console again. So that's all about in this session. Thanks for watching, and if you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe our channel, and once you subscribe it, we will say you will get the notification as soon as we upload new sessions. So these are the 5 sessions we have completed. If you I would suggest this session would be available on python.trainingforexam.com. we'll upload soon on this URL, and you can freely access this all training videos from this URL. So thanks for watching, and if you want regular update, go to the hadoopexam.com, click on the subscribe button and put your name and email ID. You will get regular updates from the hadoopexam.com. Thank you. And again, one more thing I wanted to tell you is this is like Python series we have started because we are moving towards the data science learning. So we'll go to the our data science, artificial intelligence and machine learning using the Python language, and which we will learn the various platform in continuous series, and we will go for the certification as well, which is provided which is asked by the Cloudera, like data science certification. We have already currently available various data science certifications from the EMC, so you can use these certifications are available, and old certification from the Cloudera, this is TS200 is available. So these are in progress, it will be available soon. Thanks for watching. And there are other certification material is available, and at the same time, if you want to do Java certification, then also available SQL certification kind of thing. All material is available on hadoopexam.com, so you can practice it and get certified your own from the renowned company of the like Oracle, Cloudera, Microsoft, etc.